as what was he is tased at that time. And let me just take just one step back. From a use of force standpoint, the way officers are trained, your presence is part of the use of force in what you do. You'll all go and you've seen the protests that we've had, and if you see officers out there, the presence means something. That means that a person knows that when they see an officer, there's certain things that they should be reticent about to understand what's going on. Presence. Then to dialogue. They tried to dialogue. But as what was mentioned and what I found in the reports is that it happened so quick. There were some comments exchanged between Blake and Officer Shishki, and it was on. So presence and dialogue, those are two different things. I mean, those are two key parts of use of force. Then the third part of this is that they were physically, with open hands, trying to take him into custody. And this went on and on and on. Okay, the other part, while they're at this back right corner panel, is that Mr. Blake is tased. The taser prongs, based upon the officers, they believe that they deployed the taser in the manner in which it should have worked. Mr. Blake takes the taser prongs out. They have little or no effect. At the same location, they try what is referred to as a drive stun. Now, if you talk to people in the profession that really are experts on tasers and the impact of tasers, this is unusual. Tasers work somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 70% success rate, depending upon the department that is collecting the data. But it is unusual for this to take place, to just pull the taser prongs out, okay? And then also a drive stun. So that is at the back right corner panel. The struggle ensues around to the rear of the vehicle. Again, there are more use of force intervention options, as referred to by the state of Wisconsin, the intervention options area. At the rear of the vehicle, what takes place is that they decentralize Blake. And when they talk about decentralizing, they took him to the ground, Officer Shishki, who is the primary officer engaged in all of the use of force that takes place here. He takes him to the ground to immobilize them, to make sure that they're trying to take control. They also, during that time, Officer Shishki delivers strikes to Jacob Blake to what is referred to as diffuse him, to confuse him. None of these things work. Witnesses can see that not only they're struggling in the rear, but they also see that both Blake and Officer Shishki at one point in time, they have each other in headlocks. Officer Shishki feels uncomfortable, he feels that his gun is exposed. These are things that take place. Now, so you start to the back right corner panel, you go to the rear. The struggle continues to ensue. It reaches a point where Officer Moronic believes that things have gotten out of control. They're unable to, restrain him or take him into custody, that she decides at that particular time to contact dispatch to have more officers respond. And they also make the comment, two of the officers, Officer Shishki, Officer Moronic, make the comment that they feel that that they don't have control, they're starting to feel tired, it's 87 degrees, it is hot, it is an August day, they're losing, they feel Blake is actually stronger than they are, so they move back to the back right corner panel. That is the part where everyone starts to see this thing again. That's what's covered in video. So you miss the other two parts. So when they're back by that back right corner panel, that is where let me take a step back because I'm missing an important piece because it wasn't covered earlier. When Blake is first contacted, he has the knife. The knife, it drops or it is placed. It is either dropped or placed. It's kind of unsure when you listen to statements, but it falls down and it is by the vehicle, underneath the vehicle. And then Blake and the officers are struggling. They go back around. I believe, based upon the statements that I've read, that he does not have a knife at that time when he is at the rear of the vehicle. That's why I'm using the locations. So when they struggle back around to the back right corner panel, it is at that time, I believe, that Mr. Blake recovers the knife and is armed again. He picks the knife back up. Those are his words that he picks the knife back up, and he is armed at that particular time. So back at the right, that quarter pallet, they're struggling with him.